You're hanging with Cher
and Lil and Nicholas Mew
as we talk Masters Rugby League.
We are here with Nicoloas Mew. Thank you, Nicoloas, for sitting down with us today.
Always fun to talk to you.
Thank you. Rugby league enthusiast and fan as well as player, and that's what we're here to talk to you about today, playing for the Masters. So can you explain what Masters Rugby League is?
It's essentially amateurs play a modified version of the game that be anybody from 35 on up to as old as you want to keep on playing. But if you are 35 to 39, you wear a certain color short and you will be tackled. If you are 40 to 49, you wear a different color. The rules are slightly modified, you'll still be tackled. If you are 50 to 59, you wear red shorts, which is what I've got on, red shorts, and that means that I don't get tackled, and I tackle the same way, so it doesn't matter if I'm facing somebody who's got white or black shorts, which are the younger guys. I just have to stop their forward progress. Gold shorts in the 60s, they have a Velcro strap, so they just have the Velcro taken off, so they're not even getting that physical contact. And they tackle with like a one-handed slap. And again, you can still go into 70s as well, and you can have medically fragile people play. There's all kinds of modifications to the rules for every age group to play on the same team, and it's to get everybody playing, get as many people playing. You've got the social aspect, which is fantastic for people getting out and taking part in sports that previously they might have thought, well, I've aged out, there's no team I can play for.
Right.
And every skill level. So, I didn't play any kind of organized sports apart from hockey as a kid and not in any leagues. And so this is the first time I've taken to a playing field of any kind since I was in my early to mid 20s.
Wow. Well, you looked pretty darn good out there, so.
Oh, thank you very much.
We were both, Lil and I, very impressed with what we saw out there. You guys, it's like a 40-degree day, and you guys are out there full on, so kudos to you all. You can tell that you're passionate about the sport.
We've all missed playing so much, right? It hasn't been available to us. This is the very first time we've been able to actually kick the ball around, and we played the modified version of the game with the tags to maintain social distancing and to be safer. And so just the ability to run around and see these guys again, it feels so good to do that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like I might be going for the gold shorts. That you just said was a nice little touch, not even a slap, right? The touch.
It's
nice
age-based. You don't get to choose your color. It's age.
It definitely does sound. Well, it looks like a blast. Like you're all having so much fun out there. And right, I don't know. I mean, Lil and I love to watch it. We're at all the Wolfpack games, and we go to see some of the Ontario Rugby League games as well. But I might be a little nervous if I was out there playing the real deal. So tag rugby kind of seems like a great alternative, a really great alternative.
And everybody is so incredibly supportive and friendly and helpful within the whole Masters community. So last year, for example, in June, we had the visiting team over from England, and that was why our team was created in the first place, was because a Masters team wanted to come over, and they said, do you have a Masters team? And so it was passed down the line, who would like to organize this, and it came to me, and I by no means was the main organizer, but I said, sure, I'd love to help get that set up, and people came out. We've got people who used to play rugby league proper when they were younger, who wanted to pick up the ball again and play. And we got people who saw us practicing some days after games at Wolfpack matches, and they said, hey, what's that? What's going on? And they came out, invited friends, and because of that, it was a growing community. But then contacting people in England, we were saying, we got nothing. We've got no shorts, we've got no socks. And so they were sourcing things for us. They were helping in so many ways. Like even something as simple as a ball. This was there was a Masters team that went on tour in 2017. Sent us over a couple of balls. Last July, my family and I went to England on holiday to do some rugby league, and there was a Masters tournament, a festival. They have regular festivals over there going on at Eastmoor, which is in Yorkshire, and they said, do you want to play? And I'm like, yes, yes, I'd like to play. So this is actually the Eastmoor Dragons jersey, and they said, what would you like on it? And I said, wow, can I have my country and my birth year? So they said yes. So on the back,
that's fantastic.
Canada 68. So all throughout the game when we're playing, they didn't know my name.
They called you Canada.
Like, hey Canada, here's the ball, Canada. And I'm just like, oh, that's so heartwarming. We feel so proud.
Amazing.
So they were also really super supportive and so welcoming. And when you talk to these guys, they don't all come from necessarily a rugby league background. So it's a draw for the sport itself. And they always want to be touring. So obviously COVID has stopped that. But they're planning to have English teams come over yet again. There's some English teams planning to go to Australia. And it's not just a team that goes, it's basically who can get time off work and who can afford to go. So if you're not on that team and they're looking for players, you can raise your hand and say, hey, can I come play? And then at the Rugby League World Cup in 2021, provided that whole thing still takes place, fingers crossed, they're also having a Masters Festival to coincide with it. So there will be a Canadian team, Australian, English. And so we've already got our letter of intent in there to send a team. We can send as many players as we want. So British Columbia now has a Masters team that's just started up. So they're going to be able to send players as well. It's going to be a Canadian team.
Yeah.
My colleagues at work always used to call me the house hermit because school breaks and weekends, I never left the house. Everything was at home. So now I go out all the time. I've got a new friend. I'm getting fit. I said, I'm out of shape. I can't run. I've got to go start exercising, go to the gym or just go for long walks or whatever. So
This is way more fun than going to the gym, right?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time, yeah. And it's great, like I said, to extend my social circles and to meet people from completely different walks of life that I never would have necessarily come across were it not through this.
Right.
And good people, good salt of the earth type people. Every place I've been in rugby league, good salt of the earth type people.
Good. Well, actually, we've had people, one person in particular from Australia, reach out to us and say, if you're ever doing anything Masters-wise, we have a team. We'd love to play you guys as well. So, I mean, that was during COVID, so obviously nothing was able to come of that now. But in the future, I think that's fantastic, and I love how it's not just a group of people from Ontario that would be going to represent. It's all of Canada because Masters is spreading, and I think that's fantastic. And that's all that all of us want, is to see rugby league grow and flourish everywhere around the world, but especially because we're here in Canada, we want to see it do well in Canada. So again, the fact that we've got a sport that everybody can play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of age, because we've got our Masters, now that Can Tag is starting, hopefully going into the schools and getting that out into the schools, we'll get some more youngsters started up in rugby league. We've got a team out in Markham, Haldeman Wolfpack as well. So those have only popped up in the last couple of years as a result of having professional rugby league here in Toronto. So, I mean, the potential for growth is huge. And again, you get more people involved in Masters and they tell more people and their families and their children are playing. So it is only beneficial.
And it's not just for the players either. So it's a social thing where maybe I'm out on the pitch, but my wife and my kids might come along and they'll sit and they'll meet, talk with the other people as well. And so I'm not saying it's only for people within the sport playing the sport.
Right.
People can come and meet and hang out that way. I will have to give a shout out to the Wolfpack in the sense that having them was a great way to get everybody together to see the Masters.
Yes.
Because we're here at a slightly out of the way rugby club, and people aren't going to just come by and notice us.
Right.
Whereas at Lamport we could have a meeting, maybe a run out, some touch before a Wolfpack match, after a Wolfpack match, or people could see us and we could reach out and talk to people and introduce the sport, and we actually grew a fair bit that way. So their existence, they weren't necessarily providing any kind of support, but just being there as a meeting place, as a focal point. People would go to a professional game, make time in their schedule for that and become aware of us. Whereas if I just invited people, hey, come out to this place, we're going to have a run out. It's all, well, I'm busy that weekend, or I'm afraid I've got other things going on. But if you combine it with something bigger, people would go.
So if people, Nicoloas, are interested in finding out more information, or perhaps even playing themselves, who should they contact?
Well, we're actually in the process of just setting that up. So we just elected a board. I am a co-president because it's a bigger task and we don't want to put it on any one person. So we've got two presidents, a vice president, and we've got somebody who's going to be in charge of the media, and they're going to be setting up a website and the Twitter account and all that.
Fantastic.
So we're in the process of developing that. We've got our own little Facebook page, the Ontario Greybeards Facebook page, and people can join that if they're on Facebook. But otherwise, if they wanted to get in touch with me, Nicoloas Mew, also on Facebook, on Twitter. I think I'm at Canadian Rugby League supporter.
Yeah, we'll definitely tweet that out and get that out to everybody. And so it's the official name is the Ontario Greybeards.
This team is the Ontario Greybeards, yeah.
Thank you very much for sitting down with us.